Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt provider, and a provider for everything you need when it comes to getting you through the winter. They are a local business, so this is a great way to support a local business. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. The telephone number is 631-756-1125, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. And we're looking at a pretty good start to the week overall. There are some minor issues today. If you look on the satellite loop from overnight, you're seeing some high clouds streaming up from southwest to northeast. We do have a storm system moving across the Gulf states. It has some rain and some snow with it, where you see some of the brighter white cloud tops. We're seeing a little bit of snow moving through places that don't get snow very often. They got snow in Dallas yesterday, in Austin, and in a lot of places in Texas that don't normally see a lot of snow. But this storm system is weakening as it moves eastward, and that means that other than the high clouds, we really don't have any big issues to worry about. Here's what it looks like on the radar from earlier this morning, where we have rain and snow. You see the rain from southeast Louisiana northeastward into northwest Georgia, and in northern Alabama up through parts of Tennessee, and point westward into northern Mississippi. We've got mostly light to a few bands of steady snow that you see in the darker blue. But in terms of snowfall production here, we're talking about most areas getting at most a couple of inches, and most spots may wind up with just a coating to an inch or so. Meanwhile, our weather pattern remains pretty much unchanged. We are seeing storminess out in the Atlantic, and we've been talking about the fact that we've had this blocky pattern in the Atlantic that is not going to break down anytime soon. And we also continue to see weather systems coming into the northwestern part of the U.S., and that's not going to break down anytime soon. The issue right now for snow lovers is the fact that, well, guess what? There's nothing that says it can't be chilly and stormy, and that's kind of where we've been. We still don't have a true connection to Arctic air. And even though we are seeing these weather systems coming into the west, the blocky signature we have is just too strong. And as a result, these systems are getting suppressed and are being kept rather weak. Now, the precipitation forecast from the Weather Prediction Center for the next 7 days across the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states, really not all that much. Most areas forecasting to get a tenth of an inch or less. And even if you go into east of New York City into New England, we're talking about liquid precipitation amounts of a tenth to a quarter of an inch, and maybe up in northern New England, you're seeing amounts up at a half an inch or more. But for the most part, from New York City south and west to Philadelphia to Baltimore to Washington to all the areas surrounding those major cities, we're looking at very little precipitation over the next 7 days, and this takes us right through next Monday morning. Snow today, as far as the next 72 hours, as far as a probability of at least 2 inches, you're looking at some areas east of Lake Ontario, and also up in northernmost New England, and that's just about it. And then you have to really go out in the west, in the northwest, to find probabilities in the 60 to 70% range or higher up in Washington State, western Montana, and into Idaho and into western Wyoming. Otherwise, it's not just the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states not seeing any snow, but there's not that much going on around the Great Lakes and the Northern Plains either. It's very, very quiet, and we're thinking that it may just wind up staying that way for much of this week. So let's run through what we're thinking here as far as the day-to-day goes. And for today, it'll be high clouds and some sun, upper 30s and low 40s. You see that southern system just kind of minors out as it moves off the South Carolina coast on Tuesday. Tuesday will be pretty much a repeat of today. Clouds and some sun from northeast Virginia to southern New England. Temperatures will be a little higher on Tuesday, probably getting to at least the low 40s. Maybe we'll put it in a range of 40 to 45. And Wednesday and Thursday, again, not really very much change. Westerly winds at the surface. You have a weak weather front that's approaching Wednesday night into early Thursday, pretty much falls apart before it moves through. So it's still dry with clouds and sun for Thursday, with highs in the low to mid 40s. Then a slightly stronger weather front will arrive on Friday, and maybe there might be a rain shower with that when the front goes by, and it'll be windy and colder as we move into the weekend. But as far as any kind of major storms are concerned, or any kind of accumulating snow uh, for the Northeast and Northern Mid Atlantic states, nothing is in the cards for the next 7 days. So, um, right now, we are continuing to be just what I would describe as a very quiet period of winter. And Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt provider and a provider of everything you need when it comes to dealing with winter storms. They've got all the best snow melting products like Mag Ice Pellets and Flakes, Omni Melt, and Petalo, which is considered the best. And of course, remember, they are Long Island's largest rock salt provider and a service, much, if not all, of the tri state area. 631 756 1125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. We've got the Joe and Joe show coming up tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, so be sure to tune in for that. And after, in the meantime, have a great day.